In this week's Canvas Quick Tip, we're going to look at 2 more new apps from Canva. Canva recently created a fund to help developers design apps, and now the results are coming in thick and fast, and new apps are being added, at least 1 or sometimes 2 a week. The 2 I'm going to look at now are ones that you might be familiar with. Let's go over to my screen and take a look. As I said before, you can find apps from your home screen under Apps on the left-hand side. Click on that. And here's some of the other new apps that have just recently been added. Some I've done already, and some I will be doing in the next few weeks. But the ones that I'm talking about today are so new, they're not even appearing under the new section yet. Let me type in here. And DALL-E is definitely something you might have heard of. It was one of the first text-to-image apps and comes from Chat GPT. And here you are. Let me click on that one to generate realistic images and art using AI. And as with all of these, you should check the terms and conditions because they always vary. And here you note that quite prominently it says for ages 13 plus. I'm going to use it in a new design, and I'm going to do my usual square Instagram post. And DALL-E has now loaded. And you can see some examples that they have. Horse riding astronaut, an oil painting by Matisse of a humanoid robot playing chess, an armchair in the shape of an avocado. And you can see that using one will use 1 out of 25 credits that I have, and that they refresh once a month. You get 25 new credits each month. And I'm going to do a surprise me. 3D render of a cute tropical fish in an aquarium. This description is very nice. A sunlit indoor lounge area with a pool with clear water and another pool with translucent pastel pink water next to a big window. And the style is going to be digital art. And you can see from these what kind of styles you can request, which is important to generate a unique text to image. So let's click generate and we'll see what we'll get. This has got the pink and the white, a very pretty arch. You get 2 images generated. I can generate again if I want, or I can go back and use a different image. I think we'll go with this one. Click on that. I'll open it up so you can see. And it is a very beautiful image. And that's how easy it is to use. Once you've selected this, it will now go into my uploads and become part of my media library, which if you looked at my video from last week, I showed you where to find your media library under your projects, back on your homepage. Let's go back to DALL-E now, which will now be down here. If you're already in the design and want to find the apps there, and that's the fantastic thing about apps, you can integrate them straight from your design screen without having to go somewhere else. But now that I've used DALL-E for the first time, I can click and it's listed down below. Some of the other surprising ones are really quite fun. I'm going to add this as another page. Let's try a few. Panda mad scientists mixing sparkling chemicals with a digital art. So let's go surprise me with this one. If you click through, it comes up with lots of fantastic ideas. And you just need to decide the correct way to do them to get the right style you're looking for. And this is the one I want to see. Let's generate that one as well. And I'll leave these in real time because it doesn't take very long to generate them, even though I'm recording. And this is really quite fun. I do like this one. And there you can see the 2 images I've generated with DALL-E. I could never have come up with that myself. I think they're quite brilliant. That's DALL-E, which is from Chat GPT, which is now owned by Microsoft. Let's look at Microsoft's biggest competitor, who's also now launched an app on Canva, which is Imagen from Google. Now again, I'm going to go to apps here because I'm in the designs already. We'll add another page. And I'm going to search within apps, and we'll search for Imagen. I don't know whether it's Imagen or Imagen. It's got Google Colors. And this is turn your text into photorealistic AI images. And then I just need to click to open it. And this is exactly the same format as the DALL-E one and as the emoji AI that I looked at last week. You simply submit a text, prompt it, or you can do some examples. And they've got a blue jay standing on a large basket of rainbow macaroons, a brain riding a rocket ship heading towards the moon, and a Toronto skyline with Google Brain logo written in fireworks. This is obviously a Google warning. Model may output inaccurate or offensive imagery that doesn't represent Google's view. Let's try some examples here rather than coming up with something of our own. Alien octopus floats through a portal, reading a newspaper. An otherworldly night sky filled with a dazzling display of stars in the Milky Way. A dense and enchanting forest covered in a carpet of colourful wildflowers. I think I'm going to try that one. Like the previous one, I just need to hit generate. And you'll also have seen that, as with DALL-E, you have 25 credits and they get refreshed. Click that one. Resize it so you see it properly. And let's just do one more and then we'll stop. You can see how easy it is to do. And here I can either generate again if I want to generate some more of the same, or I can go back and try another example. Let's see what else they've got in terms of suggestions. Sprouts in the shape of the text Imagen coming out of a fairy tale book. This sounds truly bizarre to me, so I'm going to try that one. And let's generate that. Oh, that's really quite fun. I like the style of this. I'm going to choose the first one again. And there you have it. Just going to display them so you can see them better. And here are the 4 images that I created. The first 2 with DALL-E from Chat GPT, and the second 2 with Imagen from Google. Let's see them in full screen. And here you have the 4 images created out of words, and so easy to do. And a very quick way to create an original illustration. And as I said, because all 4 are now in my uploads file, I can use them in any design. I can put them into a shape, I can add them to a presentation, I can put them into any format, I can use them in any of Canva's tools, which is incredibly useful. And I don't need to go anywhere else to create the design. And this is all part of Canva for free. But if you do want to create some additional effects and you want to use Canva Pro, I'll put a link down below and you can get Canva Pro for free for 30 days. And if you found this video useful, please do click the subscribe button below and the notify bell, and you'll be told next time I produce a video. And I think I'll be doing quite a few in the near future, testing out all these amazing new apps that Canva is launching. I hope that helped, and I'll see you next week.